I'm willing to take the dog to San Antonio, Austin, anywhere where somebody would take care of him and foster him until until he could be adopted or sent up north. But I can't find any place to do that.
My friend, I gotta compliment you. You're a great person, because you want to do the right thing for an animal. And you call them pit bulls, but they're not real pit bulls. Those dogs are mixed with God knows what, but they have certain look, and so people call them pit bulls. They have colors that don't belong to the real breed, like blue, merle, double X, fancy colors, whatever you want to call them. But a lot of people also rescue them, and they call me and they say, I just got beat by my dog. I don't want to call the police because they'll put him down. He's my dog, and I had this dog for 6-7 years, and he just beat me on my hands or whatever. So it's a very sad thing. But the problem here is when the dog owners decide to breed their pets. They got a pet, and they think that these pets should have children. They don't know what to do with the 7 or 8 puppies that they can keep. They give them away to people that are not ready to have a gift. And whenever you give something away, it literally has no value. It's not like somebody bought a dog. You're never going to see some homeless $5,000 thoroughbred horse. What you see is the ones that nobody wants. Yeah, so what you see in the streets are the leftovers. And the worst part of it is that it is a business. It used to be for the dogs, like people like yourself, but now it's a business. People breed these dogs in every neighborhood in America, and they call them pit bulls. So when they attack somebody, they make laws against the American Pit Bull Terrier to pit bulls, and so the real dogs, they not being bred anymore. The real American Pit Bull Terriers are demonized as dogs that, are killers and so on and so forth. And you have this debate where you find someone that says, I always have pit bulls and they're always so sweet. And you have that debate when you have somebody says, but I had the little man and try to kill me. And that is absolutely what happens. There is no consistency. There's no consistency on those dogs. You get one that's bad, you get one that's good, and so on and so forth, because they're not the real American Pit Bull Terrier. And the problem starts with the pet owner that wants to make pets the back. They shouldn't breed them, and then you also have the backyard breeder that is a profiteer. I'm in the American Pit Bull Terrier for over 30 years, and they used to be hardcore American Pit Bull Terrier, pedigree, bloodline, blah, blah, blah lovers. As soon as the American Pit Bull Terriers became the cheaper dog and the mutants of it, the bullies, became very high priced, you see these old timers with these blue dogs and these bullies, and then with the Paddler Terriers, and you see them with the how do you call those dogs? Frenchies. So they got the Frenchies now. So a lot of those hardcore guys, they betrayed the real American Pit Bull Terrier and they went for the money. And the institutions that were supposed to help and protect, or people thought they will help and protect the real American Pit Bull Terrier, they betrayed it also, and they went with the bullies and everything else. And so the real American Pit Bull Terrier is a dying breed, really. It's just a very few around, and they can only come from a man that actually is able to make breeding decisions. When you got a pet owner, that person can make a breeding decision because he only has one. And they think that the one they have because he's their dog is the best dog in the world. They say, this is my dog, is the best in the world. You just don't know. And they do the same thing with the kids. You got a baby, you say, like, you don't know, it's the smartest child in the world. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be an astronaut. It's going to be the president of the United States. Yeah, you're right about that, yeah. That never happens. That never happens. So you got to have, just like when you build a car, or you create a car, or you develop a car, or you design a car, there are mechanical and engineering decisions that have to be made. When you create a dog, there is breeding and genetic decisions and temperament decisions that have to be made. I'm sorry?
I saw a place online last night, I think, that did Pitbull rescues. It was like a little bit north of Houston.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of it?
No, but sadly, if you call them, they're probably not taking any dogs right now. The thing about it is it became a business, right? Like, let's say there are some of them that you want to surrender the dog to them, and they are like, okay, it's $1,000 to do the rescue. And then when somebody wants to rescue the dog, then to rehome the dog. So they created these terminologies for a new industry. So it became also the breeding of mutts. You know, when they're selling these mutts to people, and you got these die-hard, I want to save the world, and they listen to the music from Michael Jackson, Save the Children, and then they, you know, and then so, yeah, I want to say. So they bringing a dog that they don't know where he came from to their home, and the dog end up, you know, hurting them or hurting the neighbor's child or something, because they're bringing a mutt that you don't know where he came from. So, you know.
And truly, I don't know where this dog came from because I picked him up off of the street. But I did take him to the vet and get his shots and everything. So. Because
you're a great human being, and you know, people like yourself.
But now I don't know what to do with him. I can't keep him.
Yeah,
I live in a condo and I can't keep the dog. So, and I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to take him to have him euthanized. I'll put him back on the street before I'll take him and have him euthanized.
Give him a homeless chance, right?
Right. Give him a chance at least. Maybe somebody else will pick him up and take care of him. I don't know.
But you can say thank you to all the American APVT breeders of the 1970s that gave dogs for free to those youngsters that came and say, hey, you're going to be a dogman, man. You can buy this dog for $500. You take him, you breed him, you know, give it to your cousin, you do something like that. You know, we preserve the breed. Well, those guys back in the 70s and the 80s were absolutely wrong. They were not preserving anything. They created a pandemic of homeless mutts that they are called Pitbulls, and they are the cancer. The breeders are the cancer of the breed. The backyard mutt breeders are the cancer of the breed. And now the pet owners, the want to become fathers and mothers, breeding their own mutts because they think that they're the greatest dogs. Unfortunately, great humans like you, yourself, can't keep all the dogs, and they become homeless again. Yeah.
So, okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I think you're a great person, and I commend you for that. God bless you. You have a wonderful Sunday.
Thanks. Thanks for all you've done to help. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye. You see, guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, they used to sell. I remember back in the 90s when a guy like, Chico, do you have what's your kennel name? I said, what do you mean kennel name? I said, don't you have like this dog and that dog with this pedigree? I said, yeah. Well, you're a kennel. You got to have a kennel name. Guys, it took me a long time to find out a kennel name. I came out with the most cheesy name, Open House Kennels. I wouldn't dare myself to call myself like biggest badass kennel or hell on earth kennel or calming down, never touch kennels, never quit. All these BS they come up with. Guys, the most stupid shit you can do is try to be a breeder when you're not willing to invest to become a great one. Don't be. It's better to be a great dog owner than be a cheesy, poor-ass kennel breeder, you know, hooligan, a thug on the forums and Instagram. And if you're a great owner and you want to have an American Pitbull Terrier of great quality, this is where you find the very best on earth. And the only real and purest American Pitbull Terrier, the elite global level, because it counts by levels, is called therealpitbull.com. 806-500-5552.